all of you. My name is Alicia Natalie, as your moderator for today's forum. Our discussion for today is about punishment of preschool challenge for teacher. I'm sure that every one of us has our opinion on this topic. But before we continue with our forum, I would like to introduce our panelists for today. So, our first panelist is Miss Geraldine Grace. Next, our second panelist is Miss Mortasia. Thirdly, our panelist is Miss Linda. Last but not least, our panelist is Miss Juliana. Before we start our forum in detail, let me explain about our topic for today. At the school administrations and classroom, teachers use corporal punishment in the recommended and non-recommended ways, respectively, to deal with some deviant pupils find themselves pulling out of school due to non-conformity or non-tolerance to the control measure applied on them. Corporal punishment. Some pupils aggravate or learn a method of continuing with the deviant behavior clandestinely. There are some people who were deviant during their school-going days and have a kid on with such tendencies, such that the deviant behavior has matured in spite of being exposed to corporal punishment at school. They continue to display deviance even as they are now adult. Okay, for the fact that corporal punishment, a strategy for controlling deviant behavior, was once abolished in Zimbabwe and last month back into the system. So, this strategy is a force to reckon with when it comes to behavior control. Also, most teachers and schools have usually used corporal punishment as a last resort for discipline maintenance, which is a clear testimony that some effective and significant in deviant control is attached to corporal punishment by its user. However, the effectiveness of corporal punishment in controlling deviant in school, though it is a recommended strategy, seems doubtful as evident by its abolishment and reintroduction after being consistent against by the Supreme Court of the land. Okay, some pupils worldwide have even failed to complete their primary and basic education due to factor linked to the use of corporal punishment, especially in situations where the administration and teacher believe in corporal punishment and the principal strategy for pupils' behavior. United Nations 2008, Steam and Glennie 2006. In such a situation, which result is dropout, one wonders whether corporal punishment need the intended effective result. When corporal punishment is administered, is the bad behavior being fixed, or one person's life? Does pain in the flesh rehabilitate one behavior? Should we nail one future chance of success in education just because they have shown deviant behavior? For example, in a case where dropout result perpetual, very frequent and severe corporal punishment, in this case, is the bad behavior being fixed over personal life? Against the question as to whether the physical punishment remains corporal punishment or has escalated to physical abuse. That's all. For me, I will ask the question about our topic today. First, I want to ask our first panelist is Miss Geraldine Grace about her opinion in the importance of this topic, which is the effect of using corporal punishment children in recommended and non-recommended ways. Can you start, Miss Geraldine?
Thank you, Miss Alicia. Firstly, good morning to all of you, and my opinion about the effect of this topic is As we know, corporal punishment is used sparingly and as a last resort disciplinary measure. Proponents argue that it can lead to immediate behavior modification in children as the fear of physical consequence deters them from engaging in destructive behavior. Additionally, in some cultural contexts, corporal punishment is perceived as an acceptable form of disciplines, contributing to its continued practice. When administered judiciously, corporal punishment may contribute to maintaining order and discipline in schools. However, even in recommended practice, corporal punishment has its limitations. While it may yield short-term compliance, its effectiveness in fostering long-term behavioral change is questionable. Moreover, it can perpetuate a culture of fear and intimidation within educational institutions, undermining student trust and sense of safety at school. Furthermore, research suggests that the psychological impact of corporal punishment, even when administered sparingly, can have lasting effects on children's mental health and well-being. The non-recommended use of corporal punishment presents significant ethical and practical concerns. When used indiscriminately or excessively, corporal punishment can use several negative consequences for children. Research indicates that children subject to frequent or several corporal punishment are at increased risk of experiencing anxiety, depression, and other physiological disorders. That's all from me, Miss Alicia.
Thank you, Miss Geraldine. Next, what's about you, Miss Mortasia? Can you share your speech about this?
Thank you, Miss Alicia. Hi, everyone. For me, I want to talk about the purpose of using corporal punishment on children. So, I can share just a little info. And United Nations 2008 survey to determine the use of corporal punishment report that 35,000 school children in Pakistan drop out from school each year due to corporal punishment. Such beatings at school are also responsible for one of higher dropout rate in the world, which stand at 50% during the first 5 years of education. Dropping out is a term used to describe the withdrawal of pupils from school prematurely. The report by United Nations exposed the regressive nature of corporal punishment to the education process of the young children. When pupils leave school at such a tender age, then the foundational purpose of the education process will have been entirely defeated. Stats and Gladney 2006 note that factors internal to the school, such as disciplinary policies, in particular corporal punishment or conflicts with student mind, serve to push students out of school. Pupils who drop out from school have nothing to show for the time that they spent at school due to absence of any graduation certificate to substantiate that they have been to school Ajaja 2012. Consequently, such people have limited participation in pertinent societal decision-making process, for example, in policing. Instead of them contributing meaningfully for the development of the nation, they become liabilities and exert pressure on the demand for social service from the government. Azam 2007. Smart et al. 2008 research from the longitudinal study of Australian children show that inconsistent parenting is strongly associated with behavioral problems in children, including conduct problem, low prosocial behavior, hyperactivity, emotional difficulties, and problem related with peers. For the less for it, we can search on social media or other articles to know more general information about it. That's all for me.
Thank you, Miss Motasha. That's what a great point to be said. So, gonna ask the opinion from Miss Linda about the conclusion of this topic.
Okay, thank you, moderator Miss Elisha. So, I'm just so glad get to talk in this forum for this morning. So, I want to describe about corporal punishment in school refer to disciplinary action that is physical in nature and delivered by teacher or school administrator as punishment for some type of student misbehavior. So, example of the corporal punishment include spanking. Spanking usually they will use a paddle or such some object like such as paddle or stick, and slapping on the face or hand is most common, and pinching anywhere on the body. So corporal punishment might be applied in the classroom in front of the teacher or privately in principal office. Though some avoid the use of corporal punishment in school, there are still many people believe that the corporal punishment has a rightful place in the educational system. So, corporal punishment also have been described as infrequent and mild can apply to the pupils for the purposes of behavior control. It is different from physical abuse in frequency and severity. It has also been noted to the corporal punishment has the ability to deter, control deviance, and also reinforce but not instill moral internalization. When abused, it can have adverse effect on cognitive, emotional, and moral development, and contribute to an increase in school dropout. Therefore, it is not a defect-free technique just like any other technique. Cultural orientation of the pupils and home discipline factor also have a role to play on the effectiveness of corporal punishment in controlling and reforming deviant behavior in pupils. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Linda. And so, what about you, Miss Juliana?
So for me, I want to talk about the recommendation for adults and the proper way of applying punishment on children. Punishment imposed on children is an issue that requires serious attention for adults. In the face of this challenge, a more positive and learning-centered approach is the key to creating a safe educational environment and fostering positive development for children. Replacing physical punishment with strategies such as positive reinforcement, open communication, and limit setting help respect children's dignity and provided them with a viable environment. In addition, a deep understanding of each children's individual need allow educators to provide support and guidance to ensure holistic development. By adopting a more empathy and progressive approach, we can ensure that the punishment imposed have a positive and constructive impact while helping children to grow and develop to their full potential. That's all for me. Thank you.
Wow, thank you to the all panelists that already gave collaboration today. I hope that all of us can understand the information for our panelists. Ladies and gentlemen, from this topic, we can learn that preschool at different developmental stage help in setting appropriate expectation and responding to their behavior. Effectively and balancing punishment with positive reinforcement encourages good behavior and foster a sportive learning environment. That's all for today, and stay tuned for the next episode with some popular news. I'm as your moderator for today. Have a nice day and bye.